We're in conversation with Mr. Frump, who is the new MD at Volvo India. Now, all of today we have been driving the XC60. In fact, Mr. Frump, we have enjoyed driving the XC60 all of today. Now, the XC60, the lineage, has been one of the most favorite brands in Europe. It is, in fact, one of the best buys from Sweden, as we always like to call it. Can you put some light on the new XC60 and how it fits into the scheme of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think XC60 has had a great run. The existing XC60 has a great run in India. It's had a great run globally, and now now it's time to bring in its successor. And of course, we're extremely excited about it. You know, if you look back now for the introduction of our SPA platform, it's been enormously successful here in India as well as globally. So XC90 has come in, and this is a whole new design language for us. The SPA platform has been very successful for us, and the XC90 has been a very big hit here in India. And then based on that, based on the SPA, we've introduced S90, V90 cross country, and all of those have been extremely well accepted by the Indian market. Now, the next level here is we're taking that SPA technology and we're bringing it down to the 60 series with our best-selling XC60. So you say it's been a success, it really has been. This is our best-selling car for the last 8 years. It doesn't happen every day that you get to replace, you go from one success now to an even bigger success. So this is needless to say a big launch for us. This car now has the existing XC60 is the best-selling in Europe. It's the best-selling mid-size luxury SUV. It's for us, it represents 30% of our volume globally, 30% of our volume in India. So this, it's hard to understate how important it is. But now we have a lot of confidence that it's going to be great here. I know you guys are getting the chance to drive it.
It's very interesting of you to mention the new design language. Now that we always say that is one of the key features that has literally turned the fortunes for Volvo in India. But don't you think that having the same kind of design filter across your entire lineup can sort of dilute the individuality of the product?
No, I understand that, and I think that we've definitely taken a step to make sure that people understand from a design language perspective that this is a Volvo, no matter what Volvo they're driving. And I think what we've done now is really brought consistency to the lineup with a lot of elements that are shared among all of the new SPA cars. So specifically, we talk about the Thor's headlights, and I mean these are a Volvo signature. And from the rear, whenever you see a Volvo, you know it's a Volvo. But when you look at for example, when you go from XC90 to XC60, I think it still has its own unique character. From a design perspective, you would never make the mistake of thinking that this is an XC90 when you see an XC60. I think it's still quite unique. One thing that I think that we actually take pride in it now is we've launched some amazing feature and really packed the 90s cars with amazing technology and that really delivers on our human-centric promise, that people know how to use and they intuitively know how to use it. And now that we bring that same technology on the same platform to the XC60, certainly isn't anything to apologize for. I think that's really delivering a lot of value to the new XC60 owners. So that's something that I think overall we're very happy with our design language. I personally think Thomas Ingenloth, our global design head, is really done a lot for this company and really helps us stand out on the streets everywhere, and I think particularly here in India.
Now, Volvo has never shied away from bringing in the latest in technologies and assistance systems to India. But a more basic question, the BS6 fuel, now that is something that is expected to be rolled out in Delhi very soon. What are your thoughts on the advancement in the fuel technology and of course its availability or the concerns with its availability throughout the country?
Well, I think on kind of the basic level, when we talk about fuel, we as a company are ready to bring in a more advanced level of fuel engines. But at the moment, the availability of fuel is not there. And I think once that I think that if I'm up to speed enough on this, in Delhi, that there's a lot of talk about upgrading the fuel requirements. And if it happens just in Delhi and in other places, it makes it, for Delhi customers, very challenging. So I think short term, we would probably want a little bit more broader coverage from a fuel perspective. But if you take a broader, more strategic view, And we're very well aware of the Indian government's need and want for an electrification of as many cars as possible on the road. And I think there's a real push for that to make that happen by 2030. And we at Volvo now are the first company, the first mass market company to step out and say, okay, from 2019 we are going to be every new car that we launch is going to be electrified, every single one. So I think those strategically align very well. And I think short term is a bit tactical, figuring out how the fuels roll out. But long term and strategically, I think our goals are certainly aligned, and we have the product to prove it.
Now, the most important question that most of our viewers and readers have been asking us: when will the new XC40 come down to the country? People seem to be very excited about it.
A very good question, and I think what I really appreciate is the Indian markets and the media's understanding of our strategy here, and that we are extremely strong player in the SUV market now. We brought an XC90, customers have gone crazy for it. XC60 is going to be more of the same, and I think even more customers are going to be able to enjoy it. It's our best-selling car, and getting people into a Volvo SUV is going to be great. Of course, the next step is entering a new segment. We've never had a small SUV, and now we've revealed the new XC40. It's a natural step that we will be bringing it to India in the near future, and you have to stay tuned and find out when.
We're also hearing about a lot of new developments that are happening at Polestar. Could you also shed some light on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I mentioned earlier Thomas Ingenlath, and has been a great leader for us globally. He's still remaining our global head of design, but now has also taken on an additional role as the global CEO of Polestar. And we have a very good relationship with them. They're setting up their own organization. I think we're waiting, waiting to see exactly how we're going to be working with them in the future. We of course also feel some of this excitement and can't wait to get our hands on some of these cars. But I think we're going to have to let it play out a little bit globally, and also let it play out a little bit in India before we can really make any Polestar announcements.
Well, Mr. Frum, thank you so much for all your answers. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to meeting you again at the launch of the XC60.